What's going on, everyone? It's Tetrosphere, and I have another video from the 3v3 case tournament at GalaxyBusterTCG. This time, on the left, we have Jerry, and on the right, we have Corey himself. But first, the question of the day, and this is genuinely curiosity, guys. I want to know what my audience is all about. I want to get to know you guys. So put down below in this video, what do you do for work? I think that the YuGiOh community is incredibly diverse. And I think that's something that we can really appreciate about our community. And I'd like us to get to know each other a little better. So I'm an electrician. That's how I earn a living. Let me know what you guys do down below. Without further ado, let's jump on into the match. Let's try to figure out exactly where we get started here. Looks like we're about here. Players have shuffled, cut, all that good stuff. Let's draw our 5 cards and get into the game. On the left, from Jerry, I do believe we are playing Pure Canine. And on the right with Corey, we have Pure Mitsurugi. Opening play, I'm assuming this is in the draw phase. We have Mitsurugi Prayers tributing Saji for cost. This is a very powerful opener because, of course, not only does it play around Joe and Lockbird by being activated in the draw phase, you've already tributed the Saji, which means you're definitely going to get access to that ritual spell, and you don't need to grab anything out of the ordinary or anything specific with prayers. You can get pretty much whatever you need. And we're going to go ahead and grab Habakiri and then summon from hand, taking 800 damage the Aramasa. This is massive because that means Saji can be activated on Chainlink 1 because it was tributed, and then Chainlink 2 Aramasa to chain block the Saji, searching a monster. So not even Ash Blossom is going to prevent us from getting to the ritual spell. This is a powerful start from Corey, grabbing Murakumo and the ritual spell. So, in open game state, let's go ahead and activate ritual. Looks like we are choosing to tribute from deck. Seems like we're hovering the Night Sword Serpent and the Kusanagi. Both hit the grave. Summoning Murakumo from hand. This, of course, is going to trigger the Kusanagi to add back, I assume, the ritual. And then Night Sword Serpent to summon itself. Both are fine. Keep in mind also, folks, we haven't even normal summoned. Aramasa was special summoned off the effect of prayers. This is insane. This is just an unreal opener. What's the play here, Corey? How do we really show Jerry what Pure Mitsurugi can do? Into Gallant Granite, so we're going to go ahead and reinforce our board with a rock monster. We know exactly our favorite asteroid is going to go ahead and join the battle here with Nibiru, the primal being. Here we have Mulcharmy Fualos chained to the ritual effect to summon from deck. Murakumo is, of course, going to force a discard to allow this to resolve. This is a really poor spot because you're just going to let that get negated. I feel like the play there then was to save it for the next turn as discard fodder for the Murakumo. You had to know it was going to get responded to there. Futsu hits the board from deck, tributing Murakumo for cost, or not for cost, for effect, and then Murakumo is going to trigger to add and then summon itself back. Prayers is added. Murakumo hits the field. We still have Habakiri in hand for follow-up, plus looks like Nibiru and an Imperm we can set. I mean, what the heck? Is this not just as good as it gets? Tell me. We could reveal the Habakiri here to extend if we so desire, or we could even normal the Fua. But it looks like we're not going to do that. We're going to set the Imperm. Oh, we are going to normal Fua. Okay, we set Imperm and Prayers, normal Fua. And I'm guessing we're going to go ahead and link 2 into either IP or... Well, could it be IP? Yeah, it is IP Masquerena. Okay. Drawing for turn, we do grab Case for Canine. But the droplet's going to be pretty big here. because we can open Chaotic Elements, chain the Droplet. That's going to take care of potentially all 3 of these monsters, but it doesn't take care of the Imperm, nor does it take care of the Prayers. So Chaotic Elements is the play. Keep in mind we also have Nibiru in the hand on the side of Corey as well, so this is not going to be easy in the slightest. But it looks like we don't respond to the Chaotic Elements at all, so we're going to go ahead and grab Lantern. We do have Noroi in the hand as well. So, I mean, we have a few pushes, but this is tough. Activating Case for K9. Attempting to search on activation, and Corey does not respond. Grabs Azuna. This is really nice here because, of course, all the Mitsurugi monsters do trigger Engrave, but that is pretty meaningless if we don't out that Futsu, because that is just going to allow us to continue to get resources out of the graveyard as long as we keep special summoning monsters. Noroi normal summon is the opener. It's going to attempt to summon from deck, which this is probably a decent time to Imperm, and that is exactly what we choose to do. We could Droplet here, sending the Noroi to dodge the Imperm, but it seems like we don't do that. We're going to go ahead and let the Imperm resolve. Noroi is negated. Alright, next play is Jokel, reveal itself, and Azuna, summon both. Alright, so we're keeping out of the Anima Zones here, and we're going to go ahead and go Chainlink 1 Azuna to Foolish, and then looks like Chainlink 2 Futsu, and then Chainlink 3 IP Masquerena. This is definitely the time to Droplet, so let's go ahead and handle cost here. Looks like we're considering Case and Noroi, so we cannot respond with a monster or a spell, and this could negate 2 monsters. So we're going Futsu and IP. Okay, so basically everything Corey has just tried to do on the chain is negated, and this is fine. So now Azuna is going to resolve, Foolishing. That should still happen. Azuna's still resolving. K9 card except itself should be sent from deck to grave here. And there's the Lupus. Now we have yet to activate an effect in the grave, but looks like that might not be the case for long because we are activating Prayers, tributing the Murakumo. This is not going to be met with a response. And we're going to go ahead and use Prayers to add Asaji. And it looks like we're summoning back the Murakumo off the Prayers instead of with its own effect, taking another 800 damage. So we've now taken 16. And here we're going to attempt Murakumo to blow the board up. This might have been a little premature because I feel like we could have waited until the Lupus hit the field. We know Lantern is in hand to extend. However, we know we have the Nibiru. That makes sense. That's why we didn't revive Murakumo with its own effect. Because we know that as soon as Lantern extends, we can activate Nib. Or we can just Murakumo, forcing the discard of Lantern. But even if that wasn't the case, Murakumo, even if that didn't negate the Lantern here, Lantern summons itself in another body. We activate Nib. Nib tributes the board. Murakumo comes back. So that was definitely well played there by Corey. A lot of extenders on Jerry's side there, just not the right interactions for the situation, I suppose. I do think I would have liked Droplet to be chained to that Chaotic Elements, even though not in response to anything, just to get the IP and the Futsu under control, because then all you really have to worry about is the Murakumo and the hand traps. But with that in mind, that is the past now. We have to move forward on to game 2. And Mitsurugi is pretty difficult to side for because the Charmies, at least pure Mitsurugi, the Charmies are not incredibly effective. You do, of course, have Joel and Lockbird, but they have the technology to play around Joel and Lockbird by, if they open prayers, they just activate that, the draw phase. Similarly, K9 isn't really playing cards like Dominus Impulse, which can be quite good against Mitsurugi. They might be playing Bestials, even though they're not level 5s, but that would be like the non-engine that comes in that can be pretty good. We'll see. Pure Mitsurugi's quite resilient. I really think this deck is super strong in the current format. Given that Corey has only seen K9 cards, and he saw Chaotic Elements, and he saw Noroi, he probably has a read that he's more so against pure K9 as opposed to some K9 variant. So he might not be teching in cards that would be good against, like, specifically Crystron or Vanquish Soul K9. I do believe I saw Contact C come in the mix, so that could be something. Perulia would also be quite good here. Of course, a lot of the K9s summon themselves from hand, both by just normal summoning, of course, and their own effects. So I do think that the side deck advantage probably goes to Corey here, but I'm not going to count Jerry out. He's a nice player. He definitely came in this tournament with a pick that is maybe not mainstream. We'll see if it pays off for him here in game 2. Decks have been cut. Hands are being drawn. Let's go ahead and move on. We do have Lantern, Ash, Droplet again, Shifter. That is not great in this matchup. I don't agree with bringing the Shifter in here. Perulia dropped, but that's actually kind of for nothing because, let's see, Lantern grabs a spell, right? So Lantern can be normal summoned here if you want to give a draw just to grab Case, but I don't think you even do. I think that's the K9 trap. We're going to activate Shifter, which I don't agree with this at all. I think that was a blunder. And we're going to pass on Shifter. We don't even set the trap. I don't know what the trap does, and I'm not going to look it up. If you guys watching this are that curious, you can look it up. There is no reason for me to read that card. We're going to go ahead and open up with pre-preparation of rights. This is a beautiful time to Ash Blossom if you're ever going to do it, and it seems like that will be the case because we do chain the Ash. Next up is the normal summon of Aramasa, grabbing Habakiri from deck, adding it to hand. Joel and Lockbird is obviously impossible to activate while we're under Shifter, so no fear of that. And I'm guessing we just revealed Habakiri here. So we're going into the deck, grabbing Saji. And it seems like we're tributing Aramasa. Yeah, we know the Ash Blossom is not online, but this doesn't play around Imperm. I think you still tribute the Saji. Either way, though, it didn't end up being punished because Saji resolves, grabbing Ritual. And we'll go ahead and activate Ritual, because why not? Okay, so we are summoning from deck. Murakumo hits the board. What are we tributing? Gotta be a Habakiri. Habakiri is going to try to search here. And I think we go Prayers. Prayers grab Kusanagi. Kusanagi is then able to recover one of the banished Mitsurugi cards. We could even tribute the Murakumo here if we wanted to. Instead of just grabbing the Kusanagi for follow-up, we could actually summon the Kusanagi from hand. I don't see a reason not to. I guess maybe to respect Nib. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. Prayers is going to search for, I assume, Kusanagi. Oh, but we did pass over it. So maybe not Kusanagi? What are we thinking here? Oh, we just missed it. Okay, so yep, there's the Kusanagi. And we take the 800, summon Kusanagi, Chainlink 1 Kusanagi, Chainlink 2 Murakumo, or vice versa. That prayer should be banished. There it is. Yeah, so this is the technology that Jerry might not have been aware of for one reason or another. The Mitsurugi monsters don't care where they go when they're tributed. They only care that they were tributed. So Shifter is not a problem for these cards. Murakumo is going to go ahead and grab some follow-up or another, end board piece. Looks like Magatama here in this case. And we're going to go ahead and grab that. Summon Murakumo. Kusanagi cannot attack, I believe it's just directly this turn because it was summoned off the effective prayers. But there's nothing stopping us from turning this into a rank 4 or a link 2. I do think you probably want to go rank 4 here as opposed to link 2 simply because Kusanagi ending up in the banishment can affect your grind game quite significantly. So I do think you probably don't do that. I'm trying to think if Dugaris is enough to kill. That would make Murakumo, what, 68? And then is Dugaris 1200 or is it much... I know it's quite small. Dugaris the Timeless. It's 1200 attack, so a doubled Murakumo plus a Dugaris does the trick, right? Or is Murakumo only 3200? Alright, so it looks like we just went for draw 2, discard 1, but let me double check Murakumo's attack. I don't know why I'm thinking it's 3400. It might be 32. It is 32. Okay, so a doubled Murakumo plus a Dugaris is not enough to win. So that's why we go for the draw 2. Shifter is now subsided. We have Nib and Droll backing up our Mitsurugi Murakumo plus 3 back row. I think we know Magatama. We're going to go ahead and normal summon Lantern. We're going to attempt the Lantern effect to add. This is going to be chained with droplets here to try to dodge the imperm. Sending Lantern, and seems like that's it. So we're going to go ahead and negate the Murakumo. And then Lantern is going to grab a K9 Speller Trap. Generally, of course, case for K9. We do have another imperm that is strong. So it's Magatama double imperm. And the Murakumo is now negated by droplet. But we have the Droll and the Nibiru in the back end. Azuna is not addable off the effective Lantern. Case is. There we go. Our teammate was quick to catch that. Very good. I don't know if we actually Droll here, though. Yeah, it seems like we held it back because I kind of agree with this because if we are under Droll, we can't revive. Oh, but we are Drolling. Okay. So the problem here is we know Murakumo cannot revive if it's tributed. Because the search is mandatory. Draw for turn, so now Droll is not in effect. We can go ahead and tribute the Murakumo. If we want to, it'll revive itself. We're going to tribute summon Nibiru. Murakumo was in fact tributed, so it's going to revive itself. Yep, it does not matter how it's tributed. It just says if this card is tributed, and tributed for a tribute summon is, of course, tributed. So it's going to attempt to search and revive itself. It's going to grab Ritual, it seems. We could Joel of our own here, but I'm pretty sure this is just game regardless, right? I don't know what this trap does. I guess I better look it up. Fine. Isn't it like something vengeance or... Special release. Ugh. Okay, so we are activating it. Special summon a canine from hand or grave, then special summon a canine Xyz monster. Okay, it's a trap that ranks up. Specials from hand or grave, then ranks up. But destroy it from during the end phase. Okay. So special summon, rank up. So we're gonna go ahead and make Hound. And the thing about Hound is the turn it's summoned, it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, if I'm not mistaken. But we have that infinite impermanence. So it's, I mean, come on. Like, this is not fair. It's over. Just imperm that thing, blow it up. I don't know what effect there actually destroyed it. Was it... Because Murakumo shouldn't have triggered on summon, right? What did I just miss? Alright, so we go Ritual, tribute the Murakumo, summon Futsu. Alright, seems like we swung with Nib, and past turn we have Case, and it looks like that's Naroi. I must have missed something. I don't know why the Hound was oh, because it's destroyed during end phase. Right. Or maybe it was just swung over with the Nib. Either way, it leaves the field. We tried to normal summon Naroi, but we have nothing in hand, so we can't. So we go ahead and activate Case. No response to Case. So Case is going to go ahead and add probably a Jokel here. I gotta imagine it's Jokel. But here's the problem. You're going to go ahead and special summon the Jokel, and then that's going to trigger Futsu to revive the Murakumo, and the Murakumo is just going to blow your board up. Like... Futsu effect, target Murakumo. Oh, yeah, he sees exactly what's going on there. So there's the scoop. Clinical game from Corey there. I must have missed something in that weird interaction there with Hound, but that is what it is. Very, very well done there. Once again, shout out to the players for allowing me to record the match and get this content for you guys. Shout out to the store for GalaxyBusterTCG for allowing me to record the games. And shout out to you guys for keeping the channel running. I really appreciate y'all. I will see you in the next one. We got a few more to go. Peace.